As far as traditional reselling goes, last week was abysmal. Thank God I had a garage sale.
Won't nobody love you the way they should. Won't nobody check up on you, make sure you're good. Won't nobody check those body tremors for your neck.
Hi everyone, my name is Becky Park and I am a part-time reseller on reselling platforms like Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace. And what that means is that I like to find inventory, mainly clothing, but I am dabbling in hard goods at places like thrift stores, garage sales, anywhere where I can find stuff. A lot of stuff is given to me for free, and I try to sell those things online to give those items a second life. It is my side hustle. It is a really fun way to make money from home. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you everything that sold for me last week. Now, I will be 100% honest with you and let you know that last week was terrible. And the reason for it is because I was preparing for a garage sale. As you guys know, garage sales are a lot of hard work, but when done well, you can make a decent amount of money. And I did just upload a video on my top 20 tips when it comes to having your most successful garage sale ever. So I will link that video right here so you can check it out in case you're planning on having a garage sale anytime soon. And I think that is the reason why I just didn't have as many sales on, the various reselling platforms that I sell on. But if you do enjoy what sold videos like this, if you do enjoy tips and tricks videos when it comes to reselling, thrift hauls, all that good stuff, definitely make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And if this is your very first time checking out my channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here and taking the time to, watch this video. So without further ado, let's talk about what sold for me in the week of July 12th through the 18th. We're going to start off by talking about a Facebook Marketplace sale. I finally, I think at the end of last week, got my Facebook Marketplace back in working order. As many of you know, once you hit the point where you've sold, I believe it's like $599 worth of products on Facebook Marketplace, they kind of put a stop to everything because at that point they need some information from you because now they need like tax information and stuff like that. So I believe at that point I had to submit my driver's license information and then my social security card. And there was just all this stuff. It was just a big headache because the shipping address that I used is my P.O. box and it didn't match my driver's license. It was just a whole thing. I think I can finally ship orders out now through Facebook Marketplace. So I have kind of doubled my efforts over there. It's not like I was making that many sales on Facebook Marketplace to begin with, but I know that it is a platform that does really well for some people. I also know some people have been burned by it, so I'm trying to be really careful. But I did have a few local sales where people come and, they pick up stuff. You can do like porch pickups, that sort of thing. So I did have 3 of those kinds of sales. The first one of which was this Monday, July 12th. It was this Wabi, that's the brand, bottle sterilizer, which is something that I used with my second child. Once you wash your bottles, you can put them in the sterilizer to make sure that they're like extra clean. I don't even know. The biggest reason why I bought it is because they would dry the bottles as well. So this is something that I used a lot with my second child. Obviously, with no more newborns or infants in the house, I don't need this anymore. And I found it in like our downstairs closet as I was cleaning out the house, getting ready for our garage sale that we had later that week. And so what I did was I just went ahead and listed it because I knew that I would probably be able to make more off of this item on a platform like Facebook Marketplace than at a garage sale. So I listed it for $25. Literally that day, a few hours later, somebody reached out to me and let me know that she would like to purchase it from me. So she came over and I gave her the bottle sterilizer in exchange for $25. And that was my first $25 of the week. It was wonderful because I literally listed it that day. The pictures were not amazing. I didn't edit them or anything like that, but that's just kind of what people expect on Facebook Marketplace. And I made a really quick sale on something that was just literally collecting dust in my house. The next thing to sell was over on eBay, and it was this soft surroundings purple breezy plaid tunic top in a size extra large. This sold for $24.99, which was my full asking price. They paid for shipping. I had about $3 into this, and this did live for a short amount of time at my mother-in-law's because she saw it at my house and took it home, and I think wore it maybe once or twice, but just kind of ultimately decided that it wasn't for her. So she brought it back the last time that she came to visit. So I finally got around to listing it, and it sold within a handful of days. I love the brand Soft Surroundings. It is a great bread and butter brand, and I made a profit on that top of $19.52 once you factor in eBay fees and my cost of goods. The next 2 sales were over on Mercari. The first one was this Alice and Olivia Air Gray Burnout dress in a size size large. This sold for $33 on Mercari. I had $8.17 into this from a local pop-up consignment sale. And so after my cost of goods and Mercari's fees, I made a profit of $20.27. I was kind of nervous because I saw really low comps for this, but I went ahead and priced kind of high. I think I had it priced at like $40, but then I do smart pricing on Mercari, which is where they slowly drop the price for you on a daily basis to the floor price that you set. So I probably said that my floor price on this was like $30. So they were steadily dropping the price, but at $33, it just went ahead and sold outright. And like I said, I made $20.27 on that item within a matter of like 1 to 2 weeks, which I thought was pretty fast considering that I felt like I overpriced it. You know, something that I've seen a lot of resellers saying on Instagram and even on YouTube is don't be scared to price your items a little bit higher than perhaps what comps are showing you. You never know why comps are what they are. Perhaps the item was flawed. Perhaps someone who isn't really, you know, like a reseller by trade, they're just someone who's literally cleaning out their closet. Perhaps they were the one that sold the item. But, you know, really kind of think about what you think your item is worth and price it at that. If it doesn't sell for that price, that's fine. You can drop the price, but you don't want to undersell yourself. So I did price this higher than what the comps showed. And in my situation, it did pay off. The next thing to sell on Mercari was this Calvin Klein printed. It was almost like tie-dye, if you will, but it was this printed sleeveless belted dress in a size 4. This I picked up at a local consignment store last year because they let me shop in bulk. So I had less than $1 into this. It sold for $17, and so I made a profit of $13.71. That did get sent into ThredUp. ThredUp didn't sell it, so it came back to me. And honestly, I've been having a really great time selling career pieces, specifically the brand Calvin Klein on Mercari. I don't know what it is, but career stuff has been doing pretty well over there. You know, it doesn't sell for a ton, but when you're picking up things for under $1, you can still make, you know, a pretty decent profit on those items. So if you have career pieces, if you have Calvin Klein, go ahead and list that stuff over on Mercari. On Tuesday, which was July 13th, I had 3 eBay sales, and that was it. The first thing to sell was this pair of new with tags Cool, so we had some more Cool sales this week. Splash roll-up cargo pants in the color Fern in a size 16. You'll notice that a lot of my sales this week were plus-size items. This sold for my full asking price of $64.99 with free shipping, and I had $10.99 into those. Those I did purchase retail arbitrage at a local store that sells a lot of those kind of outdoor brands like Cool, like Outdoor Research, Patagonia, those kinds of brands. And it was also promoted at 1%. So when all was said and done, after eBay fees and my cost of goods, I still made a profit of $41.58 on those pants. That is why I love selling Cool. And again, I think it helps if you can find, you know, especially in women's pieces, the plus size sizes, like a size 16, which is what these pants were. The next thing to sell was this pair of Loft white geometric print linen blend shorts. They were high rise and they were in a size 10. They sold for, you know, a little bit lower than what I would have liked. They sold for $11, and that was me getting them to come up. I think they originally offered me like $8. I think I had them priced at like $20. So we did kind of go back and forth a bit. Finally, you know, when they countered back at 11, I think it was like the last counter because you can only go back and forth so many times on eBay before you have to just eventually decline. I just went ahead and accepted because here we are kind of getting towards the end of summer. Like really around this time is when people are starting to shop for fall. And I don't want to be stuck with these shorts for yet another season because I do think that they are from last summer. So I went ahead and let them go. The buyer paid for shipping. I had less than $1 into them because I did get them at that same local consignment store for under $1. So at the end of the day, I still made a profit of $9.13, and I was happy with that. Better to move them along than to hold on to them for a whole nother season. The last thing to sell this day was a great and exciting sale. It was this pair of new with tags AG Adriano Goldschmied, the Farrah 70s bell-bottom jeans in a size 28R. These my husband actually found at a Goodwill in New York when we went last weekend to visit my best friend. We were just having dinner at her place in the Upper East Side, and she was like, you need to go thrifting at least once this trip. I really hadn't planned on going thrifting while in New York because we weren't there for that long and we just didn't have that much time. And she's like, there's a Goodwill literally 3 blocks away from my house. Just go until it closes in like 45 minutes. So that's what we did. And my husband found these. They were priced up at $19.99, but given that they were new with tags and, you know, we're kind of trendy, like this big bell bottom style, while not like super wildly popular now, the trend is kind of phasing itself out. I went ahead and took a risk on them and it paid off because they sold for $64.90. That was an offer that I sent out to watchers. And after they paid for shipping and after my cost of goods, I still made $37.64 on those jeans. Super happy about it and super proud of my husband. He's a really good picker. So there you go. Moving on to Wednesday, which was July 14th, I had another Facebook Marketplace local pickup sale, and it was this huge bear. This huge stuffed animal, literally like I want to say 65 or 68 inches long. Like it's redonkulous. My friend Jiwon, who a lot of you guys have heard me talk about in prior videos, she literally brought this to my house, rang the doorbell, and like ran away, just like left it on my porch. It was something that she had gotten as a gift with her first son, who is basically the same age as my daughter. And it's been in their house ever since, and they were just like getting rid of stuff. She kept being like, do you want this bear? And I was like, no, I do not. Like, we do not need this giant bear. And then it just showed up at our house. My kids loved it, but we needed to get rid of it. Like we just have no need for this giant bear. So I went ahead and listed it, and I was going to go ahead and give her the money because, you know, it's her bear, but she's like, oh my gosh, no, like you've had it for this past year. So you guys go ahead and keep the profit. But I listed it for $25. Someone literally probably 1 or 2 days after I listed it, reached out and was like, I need this bear. So I was like, absolutely. Now, how we worked this out was she said she couldn't pick it up until like a week later. So actually it's still at my house. She's going to pick it up in a couple days, but I said I would only hold it for her if she paid for it electronically. So I think either via Venmo or PayPal or something. She did pay me. So it's just kind of living at my house until she picks it up in a couple days. I was happy to do that because, you know, it's been living at her house for like a year. What's another week or so? So she did pay on Wednesday, which is why I'm counting it as a sale on Wednesday. And now this huge monstrous bear is going to get out of our house. And this is definitely not something that I would try to list on eBay or something like that, because can you imagine what shipping would look like on this thing? It is so heavy and it is so large. How do you even find a box that big? And then I had my first Poshmark sale of the week on Wednesday. So sad. It was this pair of Clark's brown leather Mary Jane slip-on shoes in a size 9. This sold via offers to likers for $20 with a $2.46 shipping discount that obviously I had to pay for. I had $1.81 into those. I did pick them up at a local consignment store, maybe like, I don't know, a few months ago at this point. So my profit on those was $11.73, and they were only listed for 58 days. Not too bad. Moving on to July 15th, which was Thursday. On Poshmark, I had one sale. It was this pair of Free People Shark Bite Raw Hem black skinny jeans in a size 26. These sold for $28. I had about $5 into them because I got them at a Plato's Closet many months ago. So my profit on those was $17.40. And I had those listed for 199 days. Free People jeans do not sell very quickly and they do not sell very well. So unless I can get them for dirt cheap, I probably won't pick them up that frequently. The next thing to sell was over on eBay, and it was this torrid floral print fitted flare sleeve V-neck tunic in a size 3X. This sold for $15.90. That was via offers to watchers. It was promoted at 1%. They did pay for shipping. And I also got that from the, local consignment store where I was able to shop in bulk. So I had less than $1 into that, and my profit on that tunic was $13.42. I just got around to listing that item, even though I've had it in my possession for over a year, and it literally sold within like a day or two. And not only did it sell very quickly on eBay, but there was a lot of interest in this tunic on all of the various platforms that I sell on. I now will list right into List Perfectly first, and then I will push all of those listings out live at the same time, just so, they have as many eyes on them as possible. And I'm only able to do that because of List Perfectly. If you are not cross-listing to other platforms yet, if you're only selling on one platform, I do personally recommend trying out at least one other platform. If you're solely on Poshmark, Personally, I do recommend trying out eBay as well, just because eBay has so many buyers on that platform and it's like an international platform versus Poshmark where you can only sell to others in the US. Mercari is another great platform. Personally, though, if you had to pick between the two, I would pick eBay just because, like I said, there are more people that can see your items, and I would use List Perfectly as a way to get your items from one platform to the other. Like I said, I actually list into List Perfectly first just so I can have a way to manage all of my inventory, and List Perfectly does a great job of doing that. And I do have a video on how to use List Perfectly's inventory management system that I will link right here, and I do have a code that I will link down in the description so that if you want to try out List Perfectly and start listing on a few different platforms, you can do it for 30% off of your first month using my code BECKYPARK. Also, if you just have questions on how to use List Perfectly, I have a ton of videos on List Perfectly that you can literally just search Becky Park List Perfectly in the YouTube search bar to see those videos and learn how to cross list. It's super easy, and I cannot speak highly enough of List Perfectly. Anyway, that's how I knew that this was a pretty popular item across, many platforms, because I had it listed to all of my different platforms basically at the same time. And I saw all the likes and the watchers come rolling through, but ultimately someone on eBay went ahead and snatched it up. All that to say, Torrid, still a great brand. Even, a pretty basic top like this, it can still get a lot of attention pretty quickly. So if you're able to find Torrid for pretty cheap, I would pick it up every time. And then moving on to Friday, which was July 16th. The first thing to sell on Poshmark was this new in the box Kate Aspen Silver Heart Wine Stopper. I have no idea where I got this. It was just in my house. And again, as we were cleaning out our drawers in our kitchen for this garage sale, just looking for stuff that we no longer use that we could sell, my husband was like, do we need this? And I was like, absolutely not. We don't really drink wine or anything like that. So what were we going to do with this? Clearly it had been in our house for many, many years unopened. So I went ahead and listed it, I think for $12. And when I saw that someone liked it on Friday, which was a closet clear out day on Poshmark, I sent them my closet clear out message, asked them if they'd be willing to purchase the item if I dropped the price to $10, and with the fact that, Poshmark would also give them discounted shipping, they said yes. So I made a profit of $7.05 selling junk that was just taking up space in my kitchen drawers. If you want to learn more about how to utilize closet clear out to make more sales in your Poshmark closet, you can check out this video right here where I go to extreme lengths to explain how I utilize closet clear out. The next thing to sell on Poshmark was a two-piece bundle. The first item was by the brand Hollister, and it was this pair of denim pull-on elastic waist joggers in a size small. Those I got from the local consignment store for under $1. And the next item was this 14th and Union. This is a brand that's sold at Nordstrom and Nordstrom Rack. I kind of almost feel like it's actually even like a Nordstrom house brand, but it was this red striped button-up blouse in a size extra small. This was given to me by a friend at church for free, so that whole bundle I only had 80 cents into, and it sold for $20. And so after my cost of goods and Poshmark fees, I made $15.20 on that bundle. And those joggers I only had listed for 43 days, and that 14th and Union top, literally I only had listed for 2 days. So that was a really quick flip. And then I had another Mercari sale this Friday. It was this Talbot's 100% linen beige career jacket in a size 2XL. This I kind of felt like would sell for a decent amount, so I listed it for $50. Again, I used smart pricing on Mercari to slowly drop the price, and by the time it dropped to $38, someone decided to buy it outright at that $38 price. Again, I only had 80 cents into this because it did come from that local consignment store. I did send it into ThredUp. They weren't able to sell it, so they sent it back to me. And so I made a $32 profit on that jacket. I love selling Talbots. I used to really turn my nose up at it when I saw it at, the thrift stores and stuff when I first started thrifting. But every time my mom comes into town, we always go to the Talbots in town, and it is expensive. And the clothes are really well made, and they use really good materials. Like I said, this was made of 100% linen. And so I started to see that there's real value in Talbots. And not only that, but people do look for it on, different reselling platforms. So now, especially if it is made of linen or silk or wool, I do tend to pick it up if I can pick it up for cheap enough, and it does pretty well. So again, if you see Talbots in your thrift stores or consignment stores and you can pick it up for pretty cheap, sometimes you can make some good money with it. And then on Saturday, which was July 17th, This was the first day of my garage sale. I did a garage sale on Saturday and Sunday. I should not have even bothered with Sunday because it was such a bust, but Saturday was really, really good. And like I said, I do have that video that you can check out on how to run a successful garage sale. I didn't have any like big ticket items. You know, nothing was priced for more than like even $20, I would say, but I sold a lot of stuff for really cheap and just got a lot of stuff out of my house. So I absolutely am going to count the amount that I made at my garage sale for this week's What Sold video, because it's another form of reselling. It's not on a platform, but it's definitely reselling, and a lot of work went into this garage sale, which is why I didn't have a lot of sales on my other platforms, because I just wasn't listing or photographing or doing all the things that you need to do in order to make sales on places like eBay and whatnot. So on Saturday and Sunday, I made a total of $453.75 from my garage sale. I did do the garage sale with 2 other friends, and so I'm not counting their profits, obviously, because this is the amount that I earned on my stuff that I sold. But I was really happy with that. And I'm thankful that I was able to make that amount and justify the fact that I was doing a lot less with my reselling platforms and made a lot less on those platforms. But, you know, I made enough through this garage sale to justify that. So pretty thankful for that. And then I did have a Mercari sale this day as well. It was this Ralph Lauren striped dress in a size 2X. So again, with the plus size, it was like a very preppy, nautical looking dress with 3/4 sleeves. And it sold for $15. I did get it at that local consignment store for less than $1, and I did send it into ThredUp, and once they sent it back, since they weren't able to sell it, I was able to profit $11.96, which is honestly probably more than I would have made through ThredUp. So kind of glad that they sent it back to me, and that sold really quickly as well. Ralph Lauren is also a brand that I used to turn my nose up at when it came to, you know, thrifting and whatnot. But lately I've been selling it pretty quickly and for decent money. So again, if you can find it for cheap, maybe it's worth picking up. And then on Sunday, which was July 18th, I had another Facebook Marketplace sale. It was this slide that I think is from IKEA. My friend who lives in my neighborhood found out that I was doing a garage sale, and he was like, hey, I have some like really big things if you want to try to sell them. So of the 3 things that he brought, my kids actually wanted 2 of them. So this is the only one that I, you know, put for sale in my garage sale. However, like I said, nobody came to the garage sale on Sunday because not many people think of Sunday as garage sale days. However, I did take pictures of like the new stuff and post it again on Facebook and in a bunch of like Facebook like garage sale groups that are local to me. And the first picture that I used for those new posts on Sunday, and I got so many messages on Facebook from people being like, oh my God, is this slide still available? Is it available? Which it was. And so I had someone come that day to pick it up. We had it listed for $15. I probably could have listed it for much higher, but you know, my friend just gave it to me for free. I just wanted it gone because I had nowhere to store this. So I was really happy to sell that for $15 the day that I got it. And then on Poshmark, I sold this pair of Outdoor Voices blue cropped leggings in a size medium for $40, which was my full asking price. I did pick those up at a local consignment store. I picked them up for $14.99, and I thought to myself, you know what? I bet I could make at least like a $15 profit on these, which I did. My profit on those was $17.01 actually, after fees and cost of goods, and they were listed for 83 days. You gotta love a good full price sale. And then the next thing to sell was this pair of Clark's Springer's blue suede slip-on loafers in a size 9. Those sold for $16 using my closet clear out method, and I had $1.81 into those because I picked them up at a local consignment store when they were having a great sale. And so my profit on those was $10.99, and I did have those listed for 62 days. Finally, I had one more Mercari sale. I was really pleased actually with Mercari because I typically don't sell more than like 1 or 2 things, but this week I had sold 5 items. And if you want to check out a video that I do have on Mercari and how to make more sales over there, I will link that video right here in the cards. But the item that sold on Mercari this Sunday was this cabbie striped strapless, I cannot talk, striped strapless, that's really hard to say together, maxi dress in a size extra small. It was like gray and red stripes. It sold for $15. That was the offer sent to me, and I just went ahead and accepted it. It was like an older cabbie piece, and I had picked it up for less than $1 at that local consignment store. So my profit on that dress was still $11.96. those were my sales for the week. So now let's break down the numbers by reselling platform, and I'll let you know what my total was for the week. So on Facebook Marketplace, I had 3 sales, and they were all local sales where people came to my house and picked up the items, and every one of those sales went super smoothly. I made $65 in gross sales. Didn't have any cost of goods into any of those items because they were either gifted to me or they were things that I had already used and kind of absorbed the cost of. So $65 was my net profit as well. On Poshmark, I only sold 7 items. Typically, I sell like 20 items on Poshmark alone in a week. So to sell 7 items was pretty sad. But like I said, my focus was on this garage sale. So I just was not really listing or doing any of that stuff for my reselling business. So my gross sales from those 7 items was $134. Once you factor in Poshmark fees, and I did have some like shipping discounts that I had offered, that total drops to $103.79. My cost of goods on those 7 items was $24.41. So at the end of the week, I had only netted $79.38 on Poshmark. I can't remember the last time I made less than $100 on Poshmark in a week. Like, that is very, very sad, and actually my lowest performing platform of the week. On eBay, I sold 5 items, but my gross sales amount was much higher than Poshmark's, coming in at $181.78. The amount earned after shipping and fees drops to $156.87. My cost of goods on those 5 items was $35.58. And so my net profit from eBay was $121.29. On Mercari, I also sold 5 items, and that was for a gross sales amount of $118. Once you factor in Mercari's fees, that total drops to $101.27. My cost of goods on those 5 items was really low. It was $11.37. And so I made $89.90 of net profit from Mercari, which is $10 more than what I earned on Poshmark. That has, I think, never happened to me before, where I've made more on Mercari than I have on Poshmark. Insane. And then from my garage sale, I made $453.75, which I am absolutely including. So in total, I sold 20 items on my reselling platforms. Again, super sad. My gross sales just from my reselling platforms, not including the amount that I earned from the garage sale, was $498.78. Once you factor in shipping and, all the various platform fees, that total drops to $426.93. My cost of goods for those 20 items came out to $71.36. So from reselling by itself, I made $355.57 of profit, which isn't like the worst ever, but we're trying to make like at least $650 a week. So we didn't even come close to that. However, my saving grace was the fact that we did have a garage sale. I did make $453.75 from that garage sale. So in total, I did earn $809.32. So even though I didn't earn that much from reselling in like the traditional sense, the way that I typically do, it's because a lot of my time and energy was going into this garage sale. Garage sales are not easy, not if you want to actually make, pretty decent money from them. So I was happy to make some good money from the garage sale, definitely more than I made from reselling, and I was happy with the profit that I made. The current week that we're in is okay. It's proving to be okay, and here's to hoping that the fact that my husband and I are going crazy with photographing and listing, here's to hoping that that pays off. Here's to hoping that Poshmark and eBay wake up and that Mercari continues to perform for me the way that it did this past week. I would love to hear from you how your sales have been. I know that summer is traditionally just a time where we're not really in like the best routine because we're taking trips, we're doing things like garage sales, we're investing our time in other hobbies and whatnot. So if your sales are not where you want them to be, it's okay. Show yourself a little grace and be okay with the fact that you're doing all this other exciting stuff and making fun memories, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. Enjoy your summer and just kind of prepare yourself mentally for the fall when hopefully we all get into, just a better rhythm when it comes to our reselling businesses. So that is it for me. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you hit that like button on your way out, because it does help out this video and my channel. And I would so greatly appreciate that, because can you believe it? I am almost to 20,000 1,000 subscribers. I would have never thought that that was possible, you guys. It's insane, and I only have you to thank, so thank you so much. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.